What's up, y'all? It's Top Tier Tarot by T. I'm T. Let's get into the messages. Automatically, it was very clear to me that you guys are not just... Well, you guys are moving in a direction very quickly towards handling loss and disappointment and frustration in a way that is going to bring you success and abundance in the long run, in the long term. You're embodying the success now. And this is allowing you to move forward from disappointment and being unfulfilled. This is why it's important to know that you are likely in a place where you're unhappy and unsure of yourself. But moving as if you are very clear of what your direction is and where you're going. Okay, sorry about that. I just got distracted from the message, and that automatically lets me know that somebody, somewhere, somehow has been trying to distract you from realizing your power comes from you already believing that you have it and moving in that direction instead of focusing on the loss and the pain and the lack. And it's so crazy. You have things in front of you that you don't see as valuable until you act on it. When you don't act on it, it just looks like useless stuff. Almost like having collectible items. Until you display it, until you show it, until you share it, it's just sitting there collecting dust. So you went through a stage of just sitting there collecting dust or not making moves. See, this Wheel of Fortune, you have to spin it. You have to, roll with the punches of life. You have to spin. All right? So, yeah, with the outcome is being success, the Sun card, and the Wheel of Fortune. To be honest, these things coming out, very, very powerful. But when you have the Temperance and the Six of Swords right here, I automatically come to the conclusion that it's a give and take, a receive from your work, your mindset, your actions, your determination, your focus is so centered on what you have decided to embody and be in alignment with. Instead of focusing on the lack and the loss, because you're ignoring that, you've decided to take action on what is important in your life. And this is probably family, money, finances, business, passions, purpose. Your feelings, your happiness, your joy is what you're deciding to focus on. And trust that everything will play out as according. You have to trust that no matter when an obstacle reveals itself, because it seems like these people will like to create illusions of obstacles as well. Or you can still be in a place where you were kind of thrown for a win with things and it threw you off because these people were competing with you. They're going to be receiving karma for competing with your light and your purpose, because they had no reason to be, those who compare themselves amongst themselves are basically foolish, right? So you have to trust that when you're thrown for a curveball, that you're actually going to be able to roll with the outcome. That the wheel is going to continue to turn in your favor. You have to just believe it and keep moving and taking action in that direction. This is what you're being called to do. And this is the energy that you're in alignment with, collective. Also, the palm of my hand on my right side is doing a thing, and it's above the lifeline. So this is a good health thing. So you're releasing things of good, positive energy, good health. It's important that you recognize that you are now in a place of balancing and focusing on this only. Personal and business aspects of life, and choosing anything in between that to be your peace. Everything outside of that does not belong to you. You don't accept that energy, and make sure that you understand that these people will be receiving their karma. See, the Fool card usually represents something of moving without thinking about what's going to happen, consequences, free movement. But with the King of Swords, this is collected thoughts and free movement at the same time. I believe that you are able to move freely. Because, because you're in a place of not, it's about new, okay. Because you are in a place, this is very masculine energy actually. This is all masculine. Very domineering, dominant? Domineering, I don't know. But this is saying, and I'm automatically going to this face on this fool like a clown. You look at it, if you can see, I don't think I should, let's do it like that. Okay, let's move that hand. Boom. Like a clown. Reminds me of my ex, like just the structure of the face, but don't worry about that. This could be somebody's ex that's popping up, or this could be somebody that was moving like a fool in your life, and that tried to create conflict with you or compete with you, but you're coming up as very, very intellectual, a leader, emotionally stable, in tune with your well-being, and set up for a whole empire. Very reliable and stable. Stability is, we can get into the stability part. I think the stability is something is that you're developing, because you didn't realize that you had, overcome so many emotional challenges that it made you mature, or develop so much intellect or wisdom because of your experiences. You may not even have realized that you've accumulated a lot of resources to become an emperor, to lead a nation. You may not have realized that, but now because you have seen all these things that you've accumulated or that you have overcome, you're now able to sip from this cup and enjoy, almost like the fruits of your labor. But in reality, this cup to me is the fuel that's allowing you to receive. To receive. Give me more about the Emperor card. The Hierophant. Yeah. With the World card. Yeah, you are... These major... With the High Priestess at the bottom of the deck. Oh, my. So, all of this to me says success. You have overcame whatever this fool was. You have done the fool's journey to the point where you have developed everything that is necessary. And these people that you have competed with are still fools. Or that made you feel like you were competing, or you had to fight for your own existence, or to realize yourself, And this is why you aren't even entertaining it, because you realize that you realize who you are. You can see you now. Okay. So with this Hierophant, this is your divine connection, your higher wisdom, to know how to manifest your reality of success and abundance. You are in alignment with purpose, people, the collective that I'm talking to. It is important that you make sure you focus on this balance that you're achieving, your alignment, and not to get distracted and move in silence. with the High Priestess is not just that. Moving in silence, but also in self-awareness is important. Silence and self-awareness. Silence and self-awareness. That's the title of this reading. I'm going to leave this right here because somebody needs to hear this. I'm just going to leave it there. Silence and self-awareness. Peace. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Damn, I should have said that in the beginning. But if you stayed to the end, I appreciate you guys. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe.